Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to be going to the next semi-final game, which will be Agilitas versus Walk It Off, formerly known as Bloody Tech. We did
Ooh.
just bring you Heroes and Zeros versus Exposed Secrets. There was a technicality issue there that came into play when a pause was used after. Why don't you tell us about that?
All right, so I just got word from GetFisher. He has some inside knowledge. So that wasn't it was don't smash on Shadow Nightmare. It wasn't really his fault. He started to lag out and pause about 10 to 15 seconds before that fight at the Gold's Fury actually happened. Unfortunately, this is a game of reality. You can't pause during that situation. It obviously would have given advantage to one team or another. So, despite the fact that the pause wasn't intentionally given out during that combat scenario, we are going to have to disqualify Exposed Secrets. So, Exposed Secrets is going to go play in the third place bronze match, while Heroes and Zeros continues on to fight another day.
But we'll be bringing you shortly Agilitas versus Walk It Off, guys. It'll be on your screens sooner rather than later. In the meantime, I'm sure production will finally give you some doo-doo-doos. I didn't realize we were still on
We're still
air.
here, apparently.
I apologize. I was like, okay, well, we're off air, so we'll just type in spectate the player. But I'm guessing we're just waiting for the game here, guys, live. We didn't even realize we were still live. Thanks very much for that one, production. Hashtag blame Josh. Now we can throw it to a break, though, can we? I'm not sure. No, we can't break. Okay, we will sit here forever. After, how are you doing? This day is just crazy.
Fantastically, Brad has been out of his mind today. We're sitting here waiting for some doo-doo-doos. Unfortunately,
I was like, where's the
are having a
doo-doo-doos?
little bit of
Come on.
problems getting the matches together, so we're not really able to provide such smooth, buttery content that we're used to. But anyway,
amazing.
for the rest of this broadcast, why don't we take a look at the brackets? We take a look. Go ahead and refresh them, folks. If you're sitting at home just joining us, Heroes and Zeros Exposed Secrets have not been updated just yet. But Heroes and Zeros will be moving on into the finals. Exposed Secrets are your third place match victims. Agilitas and Walk It Off also have not concluded just yet. So we're going to see if Agilitas makes it to the finals or if they'll be playing for the bronze place against Exposed Secrets.
I mean, those two teams on paper, Agilitas have performed very well consistently for a while now. But when you look at this F dot and the fact that Walk It Off are technically a sort of revamped team of Bloody Tech. I mean, they used to be known as Bloody Tech, but now they brought on hi-rez on board. And it's going to be our first real look because hi-rez transferred to Bloody Tech originally, wasn't allowed to play due to the team locks that were in place based on the SWC. And now that he's on the team, they've managed to make it through to the semi-finals. And it'd be interesting to see how he's going to fit into this team.
Definitely an interesting situation whenever rosters get swapped. I really want to take a look at the people that we were talking about a little bit earlier, though. Heroes and Zeros.
Yeah, let's talk about them.
Where did they, with the exception of Vastrigal, I'm not too familiar with many of these players.
It's another cool running story, isn't it? Like Cool Runnings, if you've never seen it, go and watch it because it's amazing. But it's
the second day in a row you've referenced this movie.
I can't help it. I need to go and watch it, actually. It's on my brain now, honestly. I've not seen it in a while, but it literally is like the Jamaican bobsleigh team of Smite coming out. So it's the Smite team that's just gonna, come out of nowhere, like late bloomers did, and everyone's like, "Who are these guys? Where did these people come from?" It's amazing. Stories happen all the time in Smite. It's great to hear.
This time around, we actually are gonna go to a brief break. We're gonna get
I ain't saying that because
set. We're gonna get the team set and get the teams ready to go. Bear with us. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Stay tuned.
Okay,
And to reward you, we'll hit you up with the
If they don't, I'll quit. Do. Okay, guys, welcome back once again. We're going to be going into Agilitas versus Walk It Off. We're going to have some information on the teams on the screen for yourselves very, very shortly, guys, so you'll be able to see what teams they're going to be played. So on the right-hand side, we're going to see Walk It Off are going to be played by... Sorry, Walk It Off actually. On the left-hand side, Clueless Frezzy is going to be playing Geb in the jungle. Solana is going to be playing Zhong Kui in the solo lane. Fex says in mid as Agni. Clueless Moex playing the Ram. And finally, the newest addition of Bloody Tech is going to be playing hi-rez. Sorry, is going to be playing Mercury, played by hi-rez. And on the other side, we'll have Team Agilitas. Pretty Prime once again. We'll be playing Vulcan. Ataraxia playing Artemis, Kanye Life on Athena, Zindan, Osiris in the jungle, and Confrey going to be playing Chuck. So we should be going into the game right now, and you should be able to see on your screens these two teams starting to position themselves out after. What do you feel about these two teams on paper right now?
We're going to see another interesting game from Pretty Prime on the Vulcan, something I like to see personally so much myself. And Kanye Life going to play another support. Hold that thought. Zinder taking a lot of damage. Fexes gets the kill. Minus 30 seconds into this match, folks. Haven't even started. And Zinder going to start with an extra 1 in his death column for Agilitas. So
Walk it off, coming out strong right off the bat here, looking for the aggression in the jungle and finding Zinder, and probably the name that most people know most from Agilitas, even though Pretty Prime is on this roster playing, you know, the likes of his amazing mid lane as he can, like Vulcan. It's a big pickup for them to try and delay the jungle a little bit. Obviously, he's going to be back in time, though, F. Dot, you know, to be able to back in the jungle again, start his buff off. So just a little bit of deficit in gold at the start of this one.
A lot of gold. That'll be about 500 gold for first blood going the way of Walk It Off, and Agilitas gonna have to walk it off. Zinder already back here, able to clear this jungle with his shock, so it shouldn't be anything in the long run as far as denying experience and farm from Zindern, but it gets first blood, which is a minor objective in and of itself, and it essentially has Walk It Off start the game up 500 gold.
So this, if you're just tuning in for the first time, this is the second pairing of teams, FDOT, that we're going to see that are going to be competing for the EU playing slot, because we already saw Heroes and Zeros and Exposed Secrets a little bit earlier on, and these are the other two teams that are going to be fighting over the next 2 weeks to sort of try and get themselves into the last 2 pro spots that are going to be on the line. Who do you feel? I mean, hopefully after this game we'll have a better understanding, I guess, of who we reckon is going to possibly make it into those last 2 pro spots.
Well, Agilitas doing very well today, and over the course of the entire qualifiers for the SPL, we actually saw Agilitas take first place overall one particular week. Walk It Off, even in their previous iteration of Bloody Tech, not able to pull off that feat. So Agilitas has history on their side. I mean, it was before Zindern got picked off originally, I started talking about it. Kanye Life playing a support that has a lot of control like Athena means very good things for Agilitas. Kanye Life is conducive to a controlling environment to begin with, and playing a god that goes with that is just a very good recipe for this duo lane.
So the start of this game now, 1.5 minutes into it. Both the junglers staying in the solo lane for now. Rafa finally leaving, as is Zinder, both realizing they need to continue on the jungle routes and start getting themselves to level 5, and I'll stop delaying the solo lanes anymore, as Mox takes a lot of poke trying to push into the tower against Atraxia there. But for the most part, that left-hand lane is still continuing backwards and forwards as you'd expect. Junglers continue their action.
A lot of poke coming out from an Ataraxia. Exactly what you'd expect, honestly, from an Artemis, but so much able to be landed. That one's going to miss, but a good knockup from Geb. Going to put Ataraxia at a health disadvantage. Good shield, going to save Moex's life just a little bit. Right now, Walk It Off leading the charge as far as Clear's concerned, and they're going to aggress onto Ataraxia.
Well, both junglers right now, you can see doing the boss on the right hand side, the rollout hits from Frezzy, knocking Kanye Life back to tower range. But both junglers about to hit level 5, pretty much absolutely equal right now, FDOT, in terms of experience, because they're stuck in the lane together at the start of this. And now you're going to see them both hit 5. Actually, Zinder just a little bit further ahead, probably like 1 creep difference. And Rafa and Zinder are going to meet on the duo side.
Both coming to gank. They see each other, so they both want to go in. Clueless Frezzy already taking a lot of damage in the middle of 3 members of Agilitas, trying to push something while iRaffer's back here doing a little bit of damage. Zinder's ult gonna completely whiff. That's a lot of missed damage right there, Hindu Man, and they keep going onto Moex from a distance.
But on the backside, Fexes is coming in. Moex might die. Great shield coming out from Frezzy, though, and now they're looking for the damage with the Make It Rain. Rafa gets first blood. That's going to make him level 5 as well, which is important. Frezzy on the backside picks up Athena. Fexes gets himself another kill as well in that. So 3 quick pickups for Walk It Off.
Fexes was the cornerstone for this team back when they were Bloody Tech. Now that they're Walk It Off, nothing has changed in that regard. With a beautiful rotation, knowing exactly when and where. Gonna go ahead and pick himself up a double kill and an assist for his troubles. Also, left mid cams go to Fexes.
Yeah, right hand side, you're going to see Pretty Prime rotating round towards that side of the mountain. But in the jungle, Rafa being very aggressive, having to charge the Sonic Boom to get him out of trouble, because Comfrey's trying to cut him off, hits the Sonic Boom onto Chuck, and just going to recall away for now. Right camp's now been started, though, by Frezzy. They're going to get contested between the two, and it looks like Frezzy picks those ones up.
Does go ahead and get them that golden Geb skin, able to do that. Kanye was there with pretty prime, but not enough damage was able to be dished out by the red team for them to go ahead and grab that. Resi up here, try to clear this mini wave by himself, Hindu Man, but as soon as Fex has come here, that'll help him out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, obviously in the middle lane, going to push that one back out because Prime's starting to come online now. But the rotations from Fexes early on after are starting to pay dividends for this side of Walk It Off. And we'll have to see if Agilitas can get themselves back in. Frezzy looking for a rotation, possibly to mid, going to rotate back to the left side though. Just put a ward down for vision control overall. And Osiris in the jungle, I'm surprised to see him get through picks and bans today after. He has actually been picked in this game.
You know, Cyrus gets a chance to rear his head. We already saw a missed ultimate on the way, but that is a lot of damage when it actually lands. Jumps are kind of hard to hit, folks, and that ultimate is just a jump. So that went ahead and missed the first time. Maybe the next time we'll see a kill come out of it. Of course, it does also stop healing. No real healers on the other side, but still.
When you saw Zindern use that skill at the Lord of the Afterlife, if he connected with hi-rez, which was his target, he would have rooted him for 0.4 seconds as well, and that would have caused a lot of issue. And obviously with that level lead, that fight over on the left-hand side honestly should have gone in favour of Agilitas early after, just because they had the levels advantage over the junglers. However, Walk It Off played it well, survived, and the rotation that came out from Fexes made the biggest impact on that.
It was a strange extended engagement, and you know, it didn't really work out in anybody's favor at first until Fexes came and saved Agilitas. Both teams sort of saw each other, they spotted out each other's ganks, they counter-ganked each other, and then Fexes just had to come clean up. But it was just a matter of rotation. hi-rez getting poked out in the middle. Now up to walk away. Pretty Prime knows you're there. He's got the ward, and the meatball's just showing, I know you're there.
Yeah, left on lane, you're going to see Moex continuing to push this minion wave consistently into tower, then rotate into the jungle, looking for opportunities to get more experience, get involved in a fight, put some pressure on. Zindern rotating left, though. It looks like they're going to make a bait, but Sonic Boom being charged for middle lane and going to actually meet Zindern in the jungle now.
Zindern going to go ahead and get away. He got his full passive up, so he's going to be taking a lot less damage at the moment. Red buff about to spawn. Zindern walking past it, trying to find something else to do. Going mid for these mid camps.
Yeah, mid comes due to spawn. It'll start flashing any second. Zindern trying to get himself in a decent position to zone out the enemy team, but when you've got the Make It Rains from Agni available, it's very difficult to secure them. Rafa charging Sonic Boom, just clapping his hands, letting everybody know he's around and in the area. As the mid camp spawn, he's going to get pulled by the turret, but who's he going to go to? That's the question. And it looks like he did go to Walk It Off.
Yeah, those definitely went to Walk It Off. Walk It Off leading by about 2,000 at the moment. So we're going to see Walk It Off doing very well. But here's Kanye with a good taunt coming out. Not enough to get Fexes, as there's that Geb interaction you were talking about earlier, Hindu Man. The shield just negating the CC. Able to walk away from there, no problem. Fexes returning to mid lane, and everybody returning to their own lanes.
I mean, right at the start of this game, because of how it started off at the beginning here, after you can see Walk It Off just taking the time about things now. They've got the initial engage. They got Fexes pretty big with 2-0 and 2, involved in all 4 kills so far. And as this game continues, that gold will make a bit of a difference in, you know, getting his itemization build online a little bit quicker, and then look for the damage as time goes on. With this lead, they can just look to continue the pressure, keep putting on. As you can see, Fexes pushing into tower consistently, and Prime having a few issues with wave clearing there.
And Zindern going to go ahead and take out this entire wave, but he's going to open himself up right now. Good stun coming out from Fexes. Lands one of the meteors, misses the other. Should be just a couple of seconds for the next meteor to come online.
Sonic Boom! Does connect from Rafa, not going to be able to find the kill that was in, and has to use the ultimate to get away. But survives for the most part in that one. Meanwhile, right-hand side, we're going to see Confrey and Solana. We're not really going to be able to check in with these guys too much after, because the action's going to be elsewhere, because these two are very sustainable characters, you know. Chuck with that Ancile as well. I mean, it's just going to be a really, really big farm lane. Only junglers will really influence it.
Yeah, Jean Kuei being a tougher target to gank than most mages. Right here, Kanye like on that Athena, not so tough. Ataraxia pops the ultimate as well as Kanye's ultimate. Ram in the air. Last hit. hi-rez gets the kill credit. Kanye underneath the tower. Good gank coming out from hi-rez, but let's be real. Moex did a lot of the damage in that ultimate.
He really did. I mean, he did most of it through the protections as well that Athena was given with the Defender of Olympus, so that made an impact. Now, Zindern going to have to rotate round there now to help protect that lane and farm up that experience, but that means Raph is going to be free to roam the map and look for opportunities, and he knows the speed buff's online here. After look at this, he knows it, and immediately he's rotating around, knowing Zindern's across the map, but he's going to get collapsed on. He needs to watch himself, because now Confrey in the area and Prime on his other side. Needs to be careful if he's going to go for this. This could be a mistake. It could be a big play at the same time.
Walk It Off going to make a great play out of this, make it look like Iraffer's all by himself, but here comes the cavalry. Good start out from Fexas, good ultimate out by the Vulcan. Not going to hit anything, but it's going to scare Walk It Off away from their original target of Pretty Prime. Iraffer, on the other hand, still targeted by most of the team. A lot of damage coming out. Sonic Boom going to get him away safe, but Solana takes down Zinder. Solana takes down Godfrey. Solana takes down 2 members, gets the double kill for Walk It Off. 7-0 is the kill line at the moment, just underneath 10 minutes, folks. And Walk It Off looking very, very confident in their own abilities.
They really are. I mean, they worked as a team there as well. After you saw Iraffer went in solo, knowing his team would back him up. The rotations out of the whole team. I mean, for Geb and Zinder, for Kanye and, it was Geb coming all the way across the map when Zinder came in for the chase to secure it. Caused some issues for the team constantly, and then obviously, the likes of Fexes and Acne raining down fire from above, and then the Ghost of Doom landing from Solano. Too much, and this is a Gold Fury attempt right now for Walk It Off.
Walk It Off is going to go ahead and aggress onto the Gold Fury. Pretty Prime coming in, looking to pause. Not going to do it this time. Gets a lot of damage out. He himself is very low. Kanye Life actually secures the kill onto that Fexes in the back. Moex picks up Ataraxia. Still one more person. Zinder trying to get the kill. Gets the kill. Gonna box Moex. Just a matter of time. Dodging, and here comes the support. This could be bad for Moex.
Body block, Taunt, 1 auto attack's gonna be enough. Kanye picks it up. Zinder does drop finally to Moex though, but the Gold Fury went to Agilitas is the biggest thing about that. And look at the gold swing on the experience right now. After it's dropped to 700. The experience is still pretty big at 2.7, but gold 600 difference is almost nothing. That was really nicely played for Agilitas and shows signs of hope once again.
Feeling that Gold Fury is a huge blow to Walk It Off. We saw their 3,000 gold lead reduced down to absolutely nothing. 9.5 minutes in, folks. Walk It Off and looking very strong. 11 minutes in. Right now, teams are even. So we're coming out here. Very good response from Agilitas. And though they were never out of it, they're definitely right here, ready to make a leap for the lead.
I mean, that play by Zinder, and then he went ham. You saw Kanye Life leave him alone to fight 2, thinking he was sacrificing his life. He turned it around, and that was important for Zinder, and honestly, that's why he went so aggressive, is because he was really far behind, and I think he was like 0-3-1, but after that, he went 2-4-2. It's going to give him the gold he needs to get his item build online to try and catch up to Iraffer's Mercury, who's already got his boots finished there, and he's already working towards his Heartseeker, but as soon as Chins gets online for Zinder, he becomes an extra different beast.
Middle lane going to go ahead and try to find the red buff, but we just saw it stolen and picked up. So he's going to go ahead and pick that up himself. Fexes has red buff now. That's going to be even more damage coming out from this dominant
left lane.
Agni.
Prezzy's in a lot of trouble, has to use the roller and the Cataclysm trying to escape, but the taunt comes out, and there's a boar as well, and there's a Sonic Boom on top of Prime, throws fire into the sky. The rockets, as you can see, he's had to take to the sky himself, but Rafa finds another kill onto Atraxia, and Fexes is still here, but Kanye's getting very dangerous spot here, gonna burn for the most part, as Zinder has to retreat as well. But a kill for a kill so far.
Pretty Prime drops the turret to provide some spacing. Almost stuns out Kanye. Gets a good blink. And Godfrey takes out Iraffer while Solana takes out the support. Godfrey still here. Full HP. Ready to fight. Pretty Prime also primed and ready. Zinder going to have to back Solana, the only member here for Walk It Off, and Agilitas should not fight this.
2 for 2, a hunter and a support. For a support and a jungler went down in that engagement between the two teams. Midcast's being contested, but Godfrey's in trouble. Has the dunk down with the silence, looking to return the damage, and he's a lot of damage, but he stood in the fire too long, and he got burnt, and he drops himself down, nearly escaped there and turned it around thereafter.
Fexes just barely making it out alive. Had about 10 HP, a good shield from Frezzy, not needed, but just enough breathing room so that he could back safely. He's going to go ahead and get out of there while getting another kill. He's now 2 walk it off. 12-6 is the kills at the moment. Taking a look at the rest of the scores.
Solana.
Gold is even, and Solana's fighting in the right-hand lane.
He got tethered, the stun connects, and now Zinder's going to look to chunk him down. You can already see the X's used, but the minion block is real right now. Not going to be enough to secure it, but Frezzy's going to rotate in here late. So is Vexus right behind him. They're going to be able to find the kill. The Archer minions did some okay damage to him. There's a Sonic Boom, not going to connect. Lord of the Afterlife used to try and escape, but they're still going to continue the chase, or are they? They're giving up. Good decision from them, honestly. They could have gone deeper and possibly cost them their lives.
Cinder and getting out by the skin of his teeth. If he didn't use that ultimate, folks, he would have been fish food for sure. Godfrey is here to defend his tower, but he's defending against a fed Agni, a Geb, and Iraffer's here in the jungle playing defense, knowing that Pretty Prime's going to rotate. Here he is, gets a couple of basics. The Athena ult's coming, they stun him out. Remember, that damage reduction is real, but he still takes 80% of his life. Storm Call is going to prevent Iraffer from getting away. Good Vulcan. It's going to eliminate Vexus from 80 miles away. And Iraffer going to walk away safely. Agilitas still wants more.
Well, I'm not sure if Rezzy's going to be able to get away here. He's going to put the shield on himself, Cataclysm, trying to get himself in tower range, but Comfrey going to attack now up a Storm. A mighty Storm indeed, and Comfrey secures the kill on Frezzy. And a great top from Kanye picks up Rafa for Zindan, and that's going to be a tier 1 tower, I'm pretty sure, unless we can see Solano here come back and defend against 3 members. It's going to be a big ask.
Yeah, no, for 500 gold, that's exactly what Agilitas is going to get for killing that right-hand tower. Only 500 gold, not worth it to give your life up and defend that, says Solana, making the right choice, opting to instead sit on the tier 2.
Wow.
This tier 1 in the middle lane is going to go down as Agilitas just make their way like a typewriter, right to left, just clearing out towers, and this time they're hitting the Gold Fury.
2.5k gold lead before the Gold Fury, 2,000 experience lead before the Gold Fury, and once that goes down, that's just going to extend after. And what a swing around from Agilitas from after that whole engagement. We saw Walk It Off look fantastic, but they bit off more than they could chew, and the rotations and the team play from Agilitas shined through there, and they took objectives with it, and that was the big difference.
Everything is spurning from the one moment Agilitas stole that Gold Fury. Walk It Off haven't really been able to recover. 3,800 they are down to Agilitas since that moment when they were leading by 3,000 gold. Hindu man, what a swing in a turn of events. 16 minutes into this game, Agilitas are your clear leaders at the moment.
Little shout out as well to that Earthshaker fired off by Pretty Prime in that fight as well. I mean, he hit Vexus, who was 100% health, and 100 to 0'd him with that Earthshaker on the back line. That was massive damage, and that really turned the fight for Agilitas there, you know, not having that Agni, who, like you said, was very strong, very fed in this game. Actually bringing him down before he can really get involved was really important for them being able to, you know, get involved in this fight and cause an issue, and they get a lot out of that. So right now, everyone's going to return to lanes for the most part, but you're going to see more rotations out of Agilitas now from the solo lanes because that tower's gone.
Exactly, you know, a big part of the Fex says was that he was about even, but pushing it with gold. Now we see 16 on Pretty Prime and 14 on Agni. So that's going to be a differential basically because of a single ultimate, Hindu man. Yeah. This level spacing and experience gap is all due to the time that Fex says was dead. Prime was able to get farm and experience elsewhere and just hit level 17, 3 levels away from the max. And this Vulcan is looking very good with a 203 slash line thus far.
And not just with an ultimate, but with an Earthshaker. One of the hardest abilities to get the maximum damage off of, as we see a blinking from Frezzy. Cataclysm, the ball's used, as is the Athena ultimate. And we're going to see the rain of fire coming down from Clueless Moex on the top side of that. But Iraf is in there, and Frezzy does a good job taking up. Earthshaker's only going to connect with one. Meatball going to connect to secure Frezzy, and now Raf is in trouble.
Raffer trying to get away, priming everything he's got. 10% HP, and the Magma Bomb takes out Raffer's life. 3 members of Agilitas sitting here in this lane. Godfrey running into the jungle, chasing the Agni. Got about 2 levels on him, folks, so he is a lot stronger. They're just going to go ahead and steal this blue buff.
Yeah, steal the blue buff indeed and look for more if they can find it, because that's what they're looking to do. Pressure left-hand side. Kanye trying to zone Moex. Moex very low on mana, but he is Ram after all, so it doesn't require too much. But without his ultimate online, he has to be very careful about his positioning, because if he tries to roll at the same time as a taunter and Meatball hits, he's going to be in trouble and forces the beads before the roll there. Left-hand tower is going to get chunked down thanks to the help of Vulcan and that amazing turret that's going to be able to tank up an extra shot if required. And this is what I'd like to see F-Dot overall. Honestly, these two teams, this is the reason that they deserve a shot to go to the pro scene, because they're both fantastic.
Agilitas is such an objective-minded team. They know to go for the towers and the Gold Fury over the kills, walk it off, trying to do the same, but really going for it. They know that they do have a good fight, trying to get some kills, and it was working out for them initially, but the second Agilitas could really flesh out their builds and got into the mid-game, that's when we really saw them take off. They got the steal of the Gold Fury, and that catapulted them, as we talked about before, and right now just able to sweep the map of Tier 1 towers, pick up Gold Fury every time it spawns, and the one difference that I see right now, there are 2 total wards for walk off. Whereas if we go ahead and count down for Agilitas, I see about 5-6 wards on the map in red. So Agilitas has a vastly superior vision going on right now, and it's because of that that they're able to respond the way that they are.
Yeah, I mean, walk it off. You know, they've got a lot of wards in inventory, but they're no use there. They need to be on the field on the map and left-hand side. Make camp's being contested. Make your rain going to connect, but it looks like that's going to go over to Agilitas as the hog is used there. Meanwhile, look at Zindan, so aggressive right now. Level 16, he's caught up after the devastating start he had, honestly. He was down 3 kills early on, managed to pick up 2 at the Gold Fury, and that's kind of swung him back into favor now. 4, 4, and 6, level 16, and he's caught up and overtaken hi-rez, who was very far ahead in the early stages. Meatball connects on Rafa, and he eats a backfire, and that's half his HP pool gone already. Now left-hand side's in trouble.
The entire team of Agilitas is here. Solana coming around the back way. She knows that it's bad form to go ahead in the front. All 5 members are right here aggressing onto the speed buff. Looked like they wanted to make a play for this tower, Hindu Man, but as we mentioned before, always got an eye on this Gold Fury timer. It's going to be about 30 seconds before it spawns. It's not flashing just yet, so they have a little bit of time to burn, but they've made their intentions known, and if Walk It Off wants to fight for it, I think Agilitas is more than ready.
Look in the jungle. Most of these wards in the jungle are actually sentry wards that Agilitas have been putting down. They're controlling full vision. This is what I see more from teams now as we go into the pro leagues. Sentry wards need to be played more often and used more often. It costs you more gold, yes, but if you take out vision, it can create more. And you saw the late blink from Frezzy trying to steal something that wasn't there. But can he get away? At least he didn't pause this time round. And now we're going to see Zindan with the tether on him. That's going to slow him down some more. Frezzy's going to drop down, but on the backside, Prime's in a bit of trouble here trying to get out. Good taunt from Athena.
Moex is here doing a little bit of damage. Gets Prime to about 45% HP. Here's the rest of Agilitas trying to make Moex pay for it. Solana and Fexa is already out of the premises, and Moex the only one still around here. Agilitas want to just tank this tower. They probably can. Confrey and Kanye are both thick enough to do it, but they're waiting for the minions. Either way, Hindu Man, pretty sure this tower is going to go the way of Agilitas.
Yeah, Agilitas going to look to bring this one down. Wait for the minion wave to get in here before they start it off, and there we go. Minions in. Zindan's going to chop away. Good 3-man taunt. Only Rafa's going to get caught out by it. Has to use his Aegis in the end to make sure he doesn't take too much damage. The rain coming down from Swagging onto Zindan, but Zindan doesn't really care right now. He got his objective. He got the tower. Sonic Boom charge, looking for an opportunity, but not going to find anything. Moex wants to continue, though.
Zindan very, very low. Moex gets poked out by him. Zindan always wants to provide a little bit of poke where he can. Sometimes overstays his welcome, as we saw him die earlier in this match over near the Gold Fury. Not that time. He's going to go ahead and safely back, along with his support, Kanye Life. Agilitas doing very well right now. 22 minutes into this match, 7,300 gold in the lead. Experience also looking pretty at about 6,200.
Yeah, looking pretty pride, wouldn't you say?
Kills are tied.
Kills are tied at the moment. Gold lead is 7,000 in favor of Agilitas. Experience 5,000 as well. All the outer towers down for the tier 1s. Tier 2 left-hand side down. So next Gold Fury fight, if Walk It Off don't play it carefully, that Phoenix is exposed to be taken if a fight goes negatively for them around the Gold Fury. But I know for a certain fact, F-Dot, that Agilitas will be turning their attention towards the Fire Giant more than likely now, knowing the opportunity is going to be available for them, how strong they feel. And Frezzy, well aware of this, clearing out wards at the Fire Giant right now.
Agilitas definitely have their eyes on this Fire Giant. They're ahead, but as we said, it's 7,600 gold. It's a decent lead, folks, but it's nothing that will auto-win you fights. Agilitas fighting very well, but Walk It Off have proven that they're no sleepers when it comes to actually fighting and pulling out the abilities. Agilitas really need to get that Fire Giant going unless they absolutely get the picks, because Walk It Off are definitely competent in a 5-on-5 engagement.
But the longer this game goes as well, experience will matter less and less. You can see everyone starting to approach level 20 now. And when they do so, experience doesn't mean as much as the gold does, because people will be looking to finish off their builds as time goes on. But at the moment, the lead does mean something for Agilitas and Zinder. Look how strong and brave he is right now, just marching onto the front line. Not really that scared. Has his Hide of the Urchin ongoing now as well, so going to be quite tanky for his team.
Agilitas looking very fat right now, leading in farm by 8,000 gold, triple chins and everything, very big, and they're going to siege down this middle tower. Coming in is Zinder and getting damage on the tower, but a good blink Cataclysm out from Walk It Off is the engagement they wanted. Agilitas popping the shell, going to take a lot less damage, but with the Hunter in the air, the landing is the ultimate. Solana going to hit Atraxia after the Ram ult come down, wave on her. Out comes the ultimate from Confrey onto Agilitas, looking to make something else happen, but it's going to be a 1-for-0 going the way of Walk It Off. That's exactly what we're talking about, folks. Agilitas fight well, but so do Walk It Off.
That
good taunt! Looking for more damage.
Looking for more damage, and that's what they're going to find onto Solana. Vexus returns the kill on Zinder, though, and hi-rez finds a great one onto Confrey. So this fight really is going in favor of Walk It Off, as Moex is going hard on the front line there. Happy to trade, eats a backfire to the face, though, and Moex has to recall as well, but for now, the stand is good from Walk It Off, and they technically come out on top of that one. They got low in HP bars, but the fight that continued afterwards paid off in their favor as well.
No technically required. Walk It Off won that fight in spades. Agilitas didn't get anything that they were looking for. Really just trying to get that tower. Any kills that they picked up would be bonus on the wayside, but Walk It Off didn't let anything go. Solana died, but that's a single. Jean Quay, who's already level 20. The missing gold will definitely be missed, but experience not going to matter. And right now, they're going to try and make a huge play for this Fire Giant. Walk It Off, walking away with the Fire Giant.
This game backwards and forwards. Walk It Off started off this game in the lead commanding position, but Agilitas fought tooth and nail, got themselves back into it and gave as good as they got, and now Walk It Off once again take the lead with the Fire Giant. They're down in towers, but right now with that Fire Giant online after and the Gold Fury about to spawn, it's their opportunity to go on the offensive once more, and Agilitas have to lick the wounds and defend heavily.
This is what I was talking about. Agilitas was ahead, but by no means was it an auto fight win lead. They were up by about 7,000 gold. They really should have gone for that Fire Giant. They decided instead to fight without it. Now their lead has been shortened. Still 6,000 gold in the lead, but Walk It Off aggressing very hard onto Zinder. That ultimate doesn't matter. Big. Solana going to get credit for that kill, and the rest of Walk It Off pushing down the middle lane.
Cataclysm going to land onto Prime. Prime has to use the beads and has to use a combat blink as well there to get himself out of trouble. Mid tower's going to get sieged down. Frezzy happy to tank that one up. Are they going to look for the tier 2? Are they going to go for the Gold Fury? Well, it's tier 2 seems to be the call right now as they push this minion wave in. And Frezzy charging the rollout, going to go into range very soon, trying to zone them out in the most part. Knocks back Kanye life as the team starts to tank up the tower and bring it down. Frezzy getting very low. Got to jump to the confound of Kanye life, but the aggression continues.
Support down. Agilitas doesn't mind. Walk It Off doesn't mind even more as they are killing Agilitas. hi-rez with the double kill. Two members of Agilitas stuck out very deep behind the Phoenix. They go ahead and take out the Phoenix. Confrey is going to kill Solana, but again, trading Solana, a single solo laner that's already level 20 and a support for such an important objective as a Phoenix is gonna go the way of Walk It Off, slowly chipping away at this lead. Not only do they have the intangible map spacing of the Phoenix, which will provide fire minions, but they've taken the 7,000 lead that Agilitas had and have brought it down to 2,700. As long as they get this Gold Fury, which they do, it's gonna get even closer.
All even.
We're now looking at 1,000 gold.
1,000 gold separates these two teams. Fire Giant still on the side of Walk It Off, though. And if you look at the global map presence, there's only 2 towers remaining for Walk It Off, where there's 3 still standing for Agilitas. So if they take that left-hand tower, we are having an even game in terms of golden experience right now. This one is still anyone's ball game, but the way Walk It Off just collapsed as a team there and picked off targets, they went full aggressive, made full use of that Fire Giant, and they're going to look for more because there's plenty of time on the clock still.
A lot of times we talk about offensive and defensive Fire Giants. Walk It Off, 7,000 gold down, took the Fire Giant. A lot of people would consider that a defensive Fire Giant. We're behind, we're going to get Fire Giant in place safely, and the reason we took FG was so that Agilitas couldn't. We're just eliminating it from the map. Walk It Off was not content, and they turned their defensive fire giant into a very offensive fire giant, getting 2 middle towers, a Phoenix just picking up the left-hand tower as well, continuing the siege down left-hand lane. We're getting closer and closer to the lead change that Walk It Off is looking for, and there's the initiation from Trezzy.
Blink, Cataclysm, Fexer's trying to do some damage, has to back out. Frezzy's a bit isolated, but now Solano's backing him up. Make it rain on the backside. Frezzy's slowly dropping over, but a big toe coming out from Athena, and it didn't do much though, as Solano's still quite survivable. In the meantime, Raph is in deep. Raph is in trouble, manages to get away as the chase from Atraxi is on. Moex tries to provide covering fire from above. In the end, Solano and Moex take out 2. Zindan finds 1 though when he's trading with Rafa, but with the hyper carry that Rafa is playing right there, that did not go well for Zindan, but on the same time, Kanye drops.
The lifesteal coming out from Moex keeps him alive just long enough to get a kill, and Pretty Prime nails him with a backfire to make him pay. There's still 3 low, however, but they are still here. Members of Walk It Off, they're going to go ahead and take this Phoenix. Going to take a little bit of effort, but Pretty Prime not able to kill. So there's a blink trying to make something happen with that combat blink. Might have been it. It is the cure for his demise. You now have a full wave of firemen.
They're not sure here.
Titan, Solana, and Irafa are going to try and make something happen. Agilitas, 13 seconds till somebody shows up. The Titan is already at 25% HP, Hindu Man. We actually are going to see Agilitas take this game.
Well, it's going to take a little bit longer because the 5 engines have turned their attention elsewhere, but there it goes. It's going to go down. Walk It Off played fantastically, taking out Agilitas after going behind Agilitas, got themselves back into it, then went away from it again as Walk It Off came back strong, pushed for the win, got the fire giant, and that was the deciding factor really for me, was the defense at the tier 2 tower and then rotation to the fire giant that picked up that game and brought it back in Walk It Off's favor.
Walk It Off.
Crazy action.
Walk It Off played completely exactly what they wanted to do. They came back from a huge deficit, 7,000 gold. Agilitas going to go ahead and take the loss right here. The victory going to go for Walk It Off. Definitely not who we expected to win this game. Agilitas defeated, and Walk It Off takes the victory in spades.
We said that Bloody Tech, this is what Walk It Off is, guys. They used to be known as Bloody Tech. They came on the scene. They dropped out towards the end of SWC because they wanted to replace the jungler into Irafa. Irafa seems to be fitting the bill for them, so to speak, this time round. He's worked out well for them. And if you look at the damage for these players, it kind of went even across the board. Like, everybody had a say. Everybody worked as a team in this game overall for them. And Walk It Off looking strong. And when you look at it on paper right now, you're going to see these two play it out for the next couple of weeks. And hopefully, we might even see both of them go through, but if it's one over the other, well, Walk It Off seems to have Agilitas' number after that game.
Yeah, Walk It Off honestly just played well overall. It didn't really look like they were making Agilitas pay for Agilitas-specific interactions. I mean, if you take a look at Pretty Prime, 5-2-7, Confrey 5-4-3, 3-3-9 on the support, it looks like everything you would expect from the winning team. But Walk It Off goes ahead and takes the victory, so fantastic play coming out from Walk It Off. All about that fire giant, as you said.
All about that fire giant. Guys, we'll be right back with the finals, which will be Heroes and Zeros versus Walk It Off. 2 teams are going to be facing each other for the next couple of weeks once again. I'm Hindu Man, alongside me is F. Dot, and we'll be right back with your finals.